Good. Are we on? I'm on. Are you on? I guess. Oh, that's a little better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I'm not in my usual location, nor am I in a kitchen. The lighting. This is stark window lighting. I'm in an abandoned bar, as you can see. Hasn't been. Oh, look, there's a typewriter here. Maybe I could do the little Jerry Lewis routine afterwards. It is abandoned in the sense, not necessarily deserted, but it's a basement bar. It is unused. It is not mine. I'm not going to say who it is, but there's some fine unopened bottles of alcohol that I won't be using. I won't be touching. They frighten me, and maybe there's ghosts or something. Who am I to say? It's an odd bar. I assume that, if there was an apocalypse in 1974, and then, decades later, astronauts from another planet came to Earth and saw what the world was like then, they would stumble upon this. That's what I think. Also with this typewriter. It was a Jack Kerouac, it was perhaps a Bukowski type fellow, would come to the bar and then type away. Hello to everybody that is watching on YouTube. Hello to everybody on the spaces. It is a Sunday morning program, and as such, as I mentioned for the past 2 weeks, my new program on AEW's YouTube, Hey EW, is now available on the channel. I pinned it in the description. I pinned it in the comments. Please go watch, or else they won't have me back. The latest guest is Mark Henry, and he's so sweet. No matter what I throw at him, he just engulfs it in his sweetness, his genuine joviality that at many times in the interviews you will see I don't know what to do. It's hard. I tried to be so mean to the man, and he just giggles it off, and then it makes me feel warm, and then I feel weird. Let's look at the underwear. They're a pink, they're a fuchsia, it's a little Calvin. Lighting isn't the best. Look at this darkness. Look, it's a darkness, and then I will step in like that. Some harsh, dramatic, noir-ish lighting. Let's talk to people. Susie said, good morning to you. Sean said, hey, yo, culties. Hi, RJ. Abandoned bar. I'll have a slippery nipple, although I don't actually know what that is. Rachel says, good morning. I can't wait to find out why I'm in an abandoned bar, whatever. But she does know what a slippery nipple is. Quite a bartender. 3/4 fluid ounce. You don't want a solid ounce of butterscotch schnapps unless you leave it in the fridge. 3/4 of an ounce of Irish cream liqueur. And that's it. There's a slip and there's a nip portion. Rachel says that sounds literally awful. It does sound. It sounds like I don't want to speak to anyone who's ordered one. Mia said good morning to you. Christine said good morning. Christine said, "Ooh, I did not know butterscotch liqueur was even a thing. Why wouldn't it be? For a while, people liked butterscotch, and then it waned. Maybe again around 1974. Maybe there was an apocalypse." Rachel said, my friends and I went to a 70s punk art gala last night, and like a thimble of vodka and cranberry juice cost me $24.50. I've said it before. You got to pre-drink. You got to go to these things bombed, and then you don't have to worry about it. That's my advice to you. Diana said, it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Diana. I'll give you a free song if you have a request. It's not fucking happy birthday, though. But I'll get to it if you have it. So take your time. There's no rush. The night is young. Amanda said good morning, RJ. Paul Girl said good morning, RJ. David is here on time. I hope there are ghosts, like of your career. Tim Blake Nelson. I found that movie you were in last night. What is it? A Bride and Two Brothers. It's the poster. If you go look back at the tweet I wrote, the poster is so weird. They capitalize like David, all lowercase, and then the A in Arquette is capitalized. But for Tim Blake Nelson, Tim lowercase, Blake is lowercase, and then Nelson is capitalized. And somebody tweeted about it, how it bothered them aesthetically. And I would like to speak to the graphic designer of that poster. Christine said, ooh, a typewriter. Do some Victor Borger. I love some Vic. He's dead, but he had a popular TikTok. The thing where he plays backwards and everyone's like, the hell is this? And he turns the sheet music around and then he plays William Tell. You think it's stupid. I used to think Victor Borger was stupid when I was a kid. Go look him up now, and you're like, he was very talented. Diana said, thank you. Pogirl said, very cool set today. Rachel said, Sean Flagstaff, I feel like, oh, Lord, I've lost the thread. Sean said, Rachel said, I feel like it should have whipped cream on top. Yeah, man. Clarence is here, said, I thought I surprised my new Power Rangers Dino Fury Green Ranger jumpsuit. Well, enjoy yourself. Nail said, good morning. I hate that even if you're here for the start, we always end up mid-story. Completely missed where you are. My video started from the mention of an alien. Well, I thought if there was an apocalypse in 1975, you know what? I'm not going to do the story again. You missed it. You're going to have to go back and watch it later and go, oh, and then everything will make more sense. Amanda said, it's so good. Love this episode. Oh, we're talking about the episode of Hey W. Amanda said I just read that. SM said the typewriter is so on brand. Listen to that shit. That sounds like you're going to write something important. Queen of the Ring is here. And of course, I enjoyed joining Queen of the Ring last night on her Church of Joshi with her friends Kayla and Lauren and Darnell. They're doing a fundraiser to get to Prestige Wrestling Memorial Day weekend, which seems like a long way away, but then it's really not. So you can go support her. She'll be churching after this around 11:30 or whatever. You can also support that and watch some fun, quality wrestling. You're certainly not going to find it here. Neil said, Mark Henry is hilarious, and I thought he was going to kill you and then hug you. It was a journey. He is a sweet. That was the first. We had finally met the day before. He had heard me years ago on Busted Open and messaged me and said, I loved it. It was great. And we've always been very friendly, and he's incredibly nice and sweet and supportive. So I figured, oh my God, if I got to get somebody. And we had talked, he did his sports podcast that I was on a bunch, and I did the Busted Open Christmas party a couple of years ago. I was the light entertainment. So yes, I'm very thankful for Mark Henry in my life. Shanika said, good morning, everyone. Susie said, the new episode has been watched. Super guest host, and I really like the format. It's not much of a format. David said, this looks like a Blair Witch sequel. Have you seen the Blair Witch sequel? It was not good. They took it out of the found footage format, and they couldn't quite find their way out. It was a shame. David, have you done any sort of found footage film? Mia said, sing Mark Henry's entrance theme. Somebody gonna get their wig split. Somebody gonna get their head split. Somebody's gonna be unnecessary jovial, cause it's Mark Henry. Dun-dun-dun. Somebody's gonna get their wig split. Somebody's gonna get their head split. Walking around, having fun. It's Mark Henry today. I'm wearing polka dots on my shirt because I have no sense of what looks good on camera. Mark Henry, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Mark Henry, da-da-da-da-da. I'm very strong emotionally. I'm very strong physically. I dress absurdly nice for my on-camera disposition. Mark Henry, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Mark Henry, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I don't wear a wig, but if I did, it would be split. Da-da-da. Henry. That's the Mark Henry entrance theme. And I think it's how we all remember it. Rachel said, RJ, if you write a letter on that typewriter, it's going to be a haunted letter, and then the paper will magically appear and float away. Yolanda said, good morning, fam. Mia is SM is laughing. Leo said, mankind unwrapping a soda stream from Linda McMahon and pretending he loves it, even though he's quite disappointed he will never use it. Oh, that's an odd scene request, Leo. That's a lot of work there, don't you think? Is this Mankind or is it Bobcat Goldthwait? And I've just realized perhaps Mick Foley was Jewing Bobcat. Gee, I want to say thanks for the ability to have the water with the bubbles in it. Maybe if I had a straw, I could do the same thing for free. Have a bubbly day. That's all you got. I can't. It's insane. That was insane. That was ridiculous. I can't go up that high this early. Positively E said, hey, RJ. Hey, Chuck. Jeff said, at work. Can't stay. Just stopping in to say hi. Thank you. I love Hey W. Goodbye. Thank you. Leo said, it's my birthday on Thursday, by the way. Well, that would carry over until next week. You'll get a free song. You see how this shit works? Will I have a Hey W episode next week? Will I have a guest? Nobody knows. Mia said, happy birthday, Diana, and Leo. Nail said, RJ, you've been extra mean to David on Twitter lately. My theory is he's very positive. So someone's got to balance it out. He has no depth. I have to be the depth. Queen said, I appreciate the sec change. It is, of course, an abandoned bar. There's a rotary telephone. Let me just, I can do the old Bob Newhart routine here. That's a lot of fun. There's even another one. Will this even reach? I don't want to knock shit over. There's even an older phone here. Hello. And I got the two phones so I could do the old Commissioner Gordon from Batman 66. Aaron said, there's dust everywhere. Aaron said, morning, friends. The Mark Henry episode was so sweet. It is wholesome, and I didn't anticipate it being wholesome. And some people show up. And, the Tony episode was very wholesome. Like you can, I guess, go into this like a normal human being, and it's totally fine. I did not anticipate that at all. Christine said, my 7-month cultiversary in the same week as my 44th birthday. The milestones about this is some odd, weird birthday time for everybody. Is everyone in this little group of the same horoscope zodiac sign? Wouldn't that be interesting? David said, it's a weird film / documentary. We are actually on a Russian bride website group convention. What are we talking about here? Oh, are we talking about, go watch, if you're doing nothing tonight, or if you want a pre-Oscars warm-up, go watch A Brother and Two Brides with David Arquette and Tim Blake Nelson, who is very underrated. Despite being in a lot of good stuff, there's still more he could do. We're actually on a Russian bride website group convention. I'm excited to watch it. Sean said, there's a sign on the road to Boston from where I live that says, as such, the church in Newton. And it drives me crazy. Oh, because they didn't capitalize church. It's an important word in the sentence. I can understand, though I'm not crazy about it. I can understand not capitalizing in. I understand that, but church should be capitalized. Put the C back in church. Mia said, the lighting is amazing on your features. Thank you. Neil said, what are the chances of being interrupted in this bar? None. You can relax. David said, RJ is such a jerk to me on Twitter. It's how he shows he cares. Something to think about. Queen said, oh, we're not churching today. Kayla will probably sleep in, but thank you for tolerating us. They were up late. They were whiling away the hours, and now they're not going to church. You can go watch their old stuff, or you can go, what's the link? Go, Queen. You can just buy shirts and stickers and things, and then watch Japanese wrestling on your own. AW said, Mark Henry seems like a good friend to have. I think so. I think he's a fine, upstanding role model of a human being. Like, I watched the interview this morning. I had not seen it yet, so I watched it when everyone else did. And I go, that person, if I have that person around, similar to how David is so joyful, but David is joyful in like a unhinged kind of way. It's joy all over the place. Mark is a concerted, he's a comfort. I need to be comforted. That's what I was searching for. Positively E said, was he heavy entertainment? Well, I didn't lift him, so I don't know. Sean said, beat him up, break his neck. That's the rest of the song. There we go. Oh, I'm so far behind. Rob said, I always thought Blair Witch was a lame film with a good ending, and Blair Witch 2 was a good film with a lame ending, personally. They should have just started with 2. I love finding out when they repurpose other films, like how they did for that Cloverfield shit. I liked the first one. I thought it was great. And then the second one, they just ripped a script and put Cloverfield on it. And then the third one, even worse, they just stuck the guy's monster's head at the end. Sorry, fucking spoil it. Oh, it's so long ago, I can spoil this shit. This is not... Let's have a statute of limitations. Anything over 3 years, you can spoil. It's fine. If you didn't see it yet, you're not going to see it. So relax. The Oscars are tonight. I look forward to seeing who they forget in the In Memoriam segment. Amanda is laughing. Why does Mark Henry dress like Dusty Rhodes? That's how he was just dressed. That's how the man... oh, Lord, I've missed. David said, happy birthday, Leo. Oh, I've missed. I've got to go all the way back. Oh, here we go. I'm better. Diana said, hey, RJ, I request the Laverne and Shirley theme, please, for my birthday. So for Diana's birthday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shamil, Shamato, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Get a van to sit, let's go now. Jump it down, we're on the show now. Dun, 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 dun. Our way, yes, our way. Making our dreams come true, and we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Making our dreams come true for me and you. Dun, 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 dun. Penny Marshall, may I say, absurdly athletic. I saw her do breakdancing and she's doing bops and twirling around. And then go watch the wrestling episode of Laverne and Shirley. The other one is on the apron. She didn't do a damn thing. But Penny gets in there. Penny could have been one of the good ones. Blue Meanie is here. Good morning to you, Blue Meanie. Nikki said doing a Mankind voice is not easy. Sean said I should do Mankind as Bobcat Goldthwait, which would be the same thing. Starry said, thanks for the Instagram story share. Oh, love repping the new RJ City shirt and have other people wordly look at the shirt and say, not a cult, I promise. You, of course, can buy a variety of my shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City and spring.com/creator. I don't know. The fucking merch link is in the thing. What do you want from me? Nebraska Joe Nelson, who is the bizarro Tim Blake Nelson, said, never had I thought I would be drinking my coffee while watching someone else drink coffee in their honor, but here I am, your hilariously wholesome entertainment. Is it wholesome? Am I wholesome? I don't think. This cup, by the way, says Mr. Hey, it's not for a husband or a groom. It's like a, hey, Mr. Rob said, this bar is actually abandoned, or is it just out of hours? No, it's covered in dust. You see the dust fly? Can we get a little dust off this typewriter? No, we can't. That is a horrible gag. I set it up months ago. Nail said, there's a lot of people watching AEW. There's no reason to cancel it just yet. I think the reviews seem good, and I enjoy, obviously, of course, there's always a few negative comments, but I enjoy reading them, and it's so hard not to comment on them, because then I feel like it just encourages them. But there was one person who's like, this interviewer doesn't seem like he's actually interviewing. He seems like he's acting. And then I was like, now I've got to make everything more low key. Positively E said, you should always cast from the set of The Shining. That's kind of what it's like in here. I'm going to look at some old pictures and find myself. Nail said, Rob, RJ refuses to repeat the story at the beginning for people who had an avoidable ad at the start of the video. Well, it ruins the mood. If I'm telling a story and I get interrupted for like 3 seconds, I'm not finishing the story. The groove is gone. The work I put in has just evaporated. Ben Benya said, good morning, RJ, from the Benyas, who've shared your upload of Music of the Night several times over since we were name dropped. It's a high watermark moment for you and your family. What? Leo said, David and RJ are the only thing that could make me go to a can around the oddball, stinky cosplayers. What the hell is a can? Amanda said, I love me and RJ. Keep it up. Ben Benga said, RJ's love, RJ's life. He's just putting too much burden on me. Aaron said, I definitely forgot the Oscars were tonight. That's why I'm here. I would like to do an AEW red carpet interview and talk about who you're wearing, discuss the gear of the people coming to the show. RJ says, David, Ben is being positive, better even it out. And I believe I did. Nail said, SM, that's no longer, it's not him, David, it's you. You're too positive all the time. I'm sure Ben has ups and downs, as we all do. Amanda is a Sagittarius. I'm so far behind in this chat. DeLeo said, do people actually prefer sweet potatoes to regular potatoes? I don't see how. They're so much better. But they're in a different category for me. Yeah, I hate when they try to make things out of sweet potatoes that they normally make with regular potatoes. Like, oh, mashed sweet potatoes. Like, no, just leave the fucking thing alone. Mia, with a comment of the year, I love both kinds of potatoes. Neil said, I'm distracted by watching for ghosts or shadows. It's fine. It's okay. David said, I'm joyfully unhinged. I'll take it over being called quirky again. He's quirky. He's fun in his own way. Hello. David said they are such dicks about the in memoriams. Nikki said the only found footage horror movie I've ever enjoyed is They're Watching, because it's basically an HGTV show gone wrong. I should watch that. Nebraska said, oh, Bassett said hello from Pakistan, RJ. I love the Revolution skit with Ricky. Thank you. And they are skits. Nebraska Joe said, I give up on the Oscars when Shape of Water beat out 3 Billboards. What a sham. They loved that movie. Fucking a fish, sign me up. Positively, he said, what's a Star Wars? Beats me. David said, on the year they tried to be trans-friendly, they refused to acknowledge Alexis. I want to sit in their meetings so badly where they have odd sets of requirements. I mean, first of all, that's just horrible. Like, what is the harm in recognizing someone? Unless they're a truly evil, a horrible person, if they're a murderer or something, fine. But like anyone else, like who just you're supposed to speak for like all of Hollywood. Really. They say it's the night where Hollywood comes together, except for the people we don't mention. Neil said, I literally had to go back and see what Mark was wearing, and it wasn't anything memorable. No, it's just when you wear those like polka dots like that, or if you wear something with like a small pattern on it, like very tight plaid, it's a little distracting on camera. It makes this weird like optical illusion. He was distracting from my work. Leo said, are you looking forward to WrestleMania? I'm looking forward to Vince versus Hogan, and I really hope Booker T beats Triple H. I loved the purple. That was my favorite. I'm excited to see the Miller Lite Catfight Girls. And who sang the national anthem? I can't think back that far. By the way, if you ever want to go through all the national anthems, on my YouTube, I reviewed them all like 2 years ago. And now look at where that's gotten me. Al said, I'm going to use the fabricated Mark Henry story about Andre the Giant at the bar today. I hope Red Lobster is watching this. I shouldn't have made him say Red Lobster. That was free promotion. They're going to use it in a soundbite. They're going to probably have one of those snarky, funny Twitters. I fucked it up. Sean said, Cloverfield is great, but at one point, the monster sneaks up on them. At the end, they're like, oh my God, how did you? And he went, doo, 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 doo. It is a little stupid, I agree. But I was hooked on like the viral marketing of it. I was so in. And then they lost me. And it's basically the same people from Lost. So go figure. Pam said, Penny is a grappler. Damn straight. Penny Marshall was so cool, said Po Girl. Ben Banga said, David Arquette is 100% the reason I've pre-ordered The Quarry. And if you want, not only that, who's the other guy in it? Oh, I can't remember his name. It's going to come to me. But he played Vader's son on Boy Meets World. Oh, I'm looking at his face in my head. I was talking about him last week. It'll pop into my head. But if you want to, can you play as you, David? Do we have any idea? Or do you just play as the kids in the camp? Either way, David's in it and I'm going to get it and I will play it. Nail said, David, I'm boycotting the Oscars immediately. Not that I was planning on watching anyway, but fuck them. Wow, Nails, take it easy. Major form that's not dust. Those are ghost globules. David said Penny Marshall was very ornery and hornery in person. That was the later Penny Marshall. Once she put that hat on and started doing the Kmart commercials, the writing was on the wall. I love David. Let's recreate the Penny Marshall, Rosie O'Donnell Kmart commercials. I think that's me and you, and those are our personalities. To hell with Lauren Hardy. We're a lot more like Rosie O'Donnell and Penny Marshall. Leo said, or you can just do what Alicia Toot does and ask them who their favorite emo bands are, or ask them if they like mac and cheese. It's always a possibility. People want to know these things. Mia said, hey, David, are you joining RJ in Dallas? Well, considering I'm not going to be in Dallas, no. How far? Oh, Kingdom is here. See, I missed Kingdom. How about Gary Marshall? Said Starry Cat. Okay. I'm back on track here. Ben said it's not ups and downs, it's peaks and valleys. A nice natural way of looking at it. Rob said, "Are you sure you're alone in that bar?" Jesus Lord, I hope so. SM said, "Finally watched Scream. Was upset. You know why? Because the writing." David said, "Gary Marshall was always kind to me. Mel Brooks was a grump." I would be interested in hearing more about this. I love how but maybe he sensed, like I did, you were so positive that he had to counterbalance it. Give him a pass. Kevin said, "RJ, wear briefs. You're sexier in regular briefs." Very specific request, Kevin. But please first watch the new episode of Hey W. Pogirl said, "Love Alexis's work." Starry Cat said, "Would only love to see David Arquette on Only Murders in the Building." I would love to see that too. Just to see. David said, "The In Memoriam is a TV time decision, not a thoughtful career decision." You know who does excellent In Memoriams? TCM. They put them up. They put up last year's. I guess they put them up in January, and it was on their Instagram. I remember sending it to Nug and going, "This is great." Of course, they have no time constraints, but it's great. They should put they're so stupid. They put stuff like online or at these private dinners that people actually want to see. Like Elaine May got an Oscar, and Samuel L. Jackson got an honorary Oscar. I think that would have been a good speech to listen to. And then other stuff like the In Memoriam. I feel like the In Memoriam should perhaps just be online so they could really make it longer and include everyone. They don't have to, cut people. Apparently, Kevin said real men wear briefs, and I'll take your word for it, I guess. Jonathan said, "You can give one past movie star a Lifetime Achievement Oscar. Who gets it and why?" This is a fabulous question. Well, in my head, I went Hans Conried, who I've just been thinking about a lot lately. Do you give it to a Kay Ballard? I would give it to Anne Ramsey, who was the mom in Throw Mama from the Train and was the Mama Fratelli in the Goonies. That's good enough for me. Just those two. I mean, she did have the rest of her career was very good, but just that alone, that's my choice. Ethan Suplee. Thank you, Sean. That's what I was thinking of. He's also in The Quarry, the video game with David Arquette, and he's in My Name is Earl. Pogirl said, "Penny Marshall directed one of my writing teacher's movies, Renaissance Man. Loved that. He gave his students a copy of the first act when we took his class." That's adorable. Queen said, "The viral marketing for Cloverfield was genius. Logged on every week to catch up with the clues." I was so deep. And I was dating someone at the time, and we went to go see it, and she was not deep on the online marketing, and she was just like, "Okay, it's just a monster movie." And I was like, You don't understand what I've been through to get to this moment. Sean said, "He lost all that weight and got jacked." We're talking about Mel Brooks? David said, "Alexis in Last Exit to Brooklyn was next level brilliant. I must say myself, I've seen that, and I can agree. There's only one Arquette who I quibble about their performances. The rest are really excellent actors." Leo said, "David was the only reason I watched the Darwin Awards. That was a bad decision." I mean, that should have been your tell, Oh God, I sometimes do different colors. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh Jesus. Okay, but we got to get back. Let's get back on track. There's so much in the video game. What are we talking about? Oh, you can only play as the kids in the video game. I understand. Sean said, "I will absolutely play Quarry." David said, "Let's recreate those commercials." Starry said, "It freaks me out every time RJ's looking around because it freaks me out too." David said, "I think that's really why RJ is mean to me." Leo said, "You're still crazy about Cobb salad." It was really just a power move. SAS said, "Those Kmart ads were the best until Penny wanted to buy some gum and Rosie misheard her." Yeesh. Kingdom said, "Get David on the line for the Mel Brooks story, please." I have a feeling there's not a story. It's just like, I saw him and he was grumpy. Rachel said, RJ has been very clear that he doesn't like longer underwear because it makes my legs hot. Jonathan said, RJ, would it make it easier for you to catch up with the comments and maybe enjoy a sip of coffee if we all just stop commenting for like 8 minutes? No. Kevin said, new episode of Hey EW? Yes. I pinned it in the comments. It's also the first episode it's the first video that's on AEW's YouTube right now. My special guest is Mark Henry. I've also tweeted about it. Are people still talking about it? Let's see. People are, I think. These are great. Are we going to see you in the AEW ring anytime soon? I don't. Let one thing at a time. Support the things I have. There's Nails has tweeted about it. Who else is talking about it? I'm proving to you that this is real. Amanda tweeted it. I'm happy to have her endorsement. Mark Henry is such a gentleman. When we met him at our local wrestling show, super humble and super funny. When he asked the guy to give him blood for a poster. The hell is that? It's a creepy thing to do, Mark. That is just weird. Ben has another request. As always, my wife and I would like to hear your Broadway crooning. Dealer's choice, provided it eventually turns to Little Shop as often as it does. Let's do a different Little Shop. I always do... Let me pull up the lyrics. I was thinking about this the other day, and I went, this is a good song. Okay. I've given you sunshine. I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly. I'm down on my knees. Oh, please grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash. You've given me zip. Oh, God, how I missed you. Oh, Pod, how you tease. Now, please grow for me. I've given you southern exposure to get you to thrive. I've pinched your back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. I've tried you at levels of moisture from desert to mud. I've given you grow lights and mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? And see, that part he's foreshadowing because, of course, the plant indeed does want blood and he wants to eat human beings. Nice little call forward there. I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy till I open a vein. And then he's bleeding, right? Which is crazy, right? I'll give you a few drops. And then he drops it in the mouth, which is terrifying. If that'll appease. Now, please. Oh, please. Grow for me. And then I'll be the plant here. My hand will be the plant. And he's left, and he's like, and the plant is growing. And then I think he burps or something. And then everyone goes, oh my God, what have we gotten into? It's a horrible, evil plant. And that's basically the whole movie. David said, RJ doesn't even like Cobb salad. Doesn't work. David got me a Cobb salad at his house when I came in October, and I didn't eat it. It was just nice. It was a nice grating. It's like a bowl of mince. By the way, David, it came up in my memories a year ago. We did Celebrity Family Feud. It didn't air yet, but we had done it. And this was probably collectively the proudest I have ever been of you. And it's certainly waned. So cherish what we had. Mia said, why doesn't RJ like Cobb salad? It's not that I don't like the Cobb salad. It's just a power move. Yes, we're getting contracted to hearty salad. It's a meal in a bowl. It's got eggs and bacon and turkey and shit sometimes. I throw a bunch of shit into it. Mel said, last exit to Brooklyn is hard to find online. Any suggestions on where to stream it legally? If anyone knows how to stream things legally, it's David Arquette. So if anyone can find that movie. Nikki said she was a great on-screen mom. Alexis Arquette has a very good resume. It's very good. It's a wide comedy, drama, anything. David, on the other hand, SM has a request. You were chased into the basement by Ghostface. Use the items near you to defend yourself. Extra points for screaming. Okay, this will be a little scene. Extra points. It's not a game show. Okay, let's see. So I'm being chased by Ghostface, and I'm down here. Okay, let's begin. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Please, sir, ma'am, I don't know who you are, and I understand that that's the point. Coffee? Anything? I have a cold brew. If you want me to press it, I could press it. Hey, you like to cook? How about a little bit of this? How about the Canadian Wild Game cookbook? It's $2.50. I will give it to you for free. Look at all the shit you can cook in here. Raccoon. Why don't you kill a raccoon? You don't want me. I'm a bitter person. And they say bitter people emotionally, they don't taste good. Cannibals only eat happy people. Raccoons joyfully shit. Little furry ass toddlers. What else? Pickerel. You like pickerel? Squirrel, groundhog, muskrat, seal flippers. This book, I gotta tell you, you just really just do stabbing. This book teaches you a lot more. Maybe you could, who knows who you could kill. Jamie Duffield Pearson spent many of his youthful years in the mountains of Kentucky. No shit. And came up with the Canadian Wild Game Cookbook. Having hunted from Ungava to Mexico. Where's Ungava, Ghostface? That's what I thought. Okay, if that doesn't work, we could do the old rotary phone bit here. The old Bob Newhart. Hello. Mr. Lincoln. Oh yeah, sounds like a good play. That kind of routine. What else? A typewriter. I could write you a letter about a raccoon. You could give it to a raccoon, distract him, gut him, pick up this book, and there you go. Okay, fine. You can hold me hostage all you want. I'm just gonna sit here and watch David Arquette and Tim Blake Nelson in A Bride and Two Brothers. It's a very good movie. Oh, why are you leaving? Come back. And a scene. That was long. Sometimes I'm like, oh, these are only 60-second scenes, and then I look back on them and they're like a minute long. Mia said, one day we will have David and RJ both wearing underwear. He's done the show like 3 times. Just go back, just type it in, you'll find it. Ben said RJ and Boss Man could have been tag team champions as the Cobb County Salads. David said, Sweet Johnny. What that's in reference to, I've no. Oh, God, I'm so far behind in the comments. AW said, I would say Cary Grant for a Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it's a good idea. Maybe, and I think he's got one already, Stan Laurel. Or maybe maybe Abbott and Costello even. I think they would do a good job. Vincent Price. Does Vincent Price have an honorary Academy Award? Can somebody look that up? Nail said, David, have you ever caught one of Dalton's painting streams? He says very nice things about you, and he has an ongoing joke of always telling us you bought him some paint. David said, yes, I saw Mel Brooks, and I think he was just hungry. Well, who can fault the man? You weren't making food. Maybe if you had a snack on you, it would be a different story. Leo said, remember David as the stuntman in My Name is Earl? I had no idea David was on My Name is Earl. And I've looked through his IMDb, but I've only scrolled it. Nail said, I tweeted about this program too. I'm still annoyed you stopped promoting it, but whatever. Save your sass. We're doing fine. David said, I don't understand Twitch. I have to figure it out. Dalton is the best. Thank you, RJ, for the introduction. See, I hooked you up. I'm not a nice person, but I hooked you up with a nicer person. So that's like you go on a date with somebody, it doesn't go well, and it's like, you know who you would like? My friend is a much nicer person. That happened once in high school. I had a date, and we're like this, and then my other friend, I set them up, and they're married, and they have kids. And I ran into her a couple years ago at a coffee shop, and she was with the kids, and said, this is the guy who introduced mommy and daddy. And I felt like an oddly powerful person. I felt like in that moment, that child thought I was God. SAS said, I'm in heaven. Great entertainment. Heaven. I'm in heaven. Kevin said, have you wrestled Fire Pussy? I have not wrestled that person. I've not heard of that person. But now I will never forget them. Leo said, AW, typical oddball wrestling journalist. Amanda said, you need to make an album of covers. Then I'll be promptly sued. Sean said, what horror has sprouted in this little shop? Rob said, Brandon Walker is highly entertaining so far. Okay, I don't know the person, nor do I converse with them. Cody said, describe your perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It would be, for me, take out the peanut butter, take out the jelly, put in the fluff. You remember Fluffernutter? Fucking, peanuts, the marshmallows turned into peanut butter. It's genius. At least peanuts are real. Marshmallows aren't even real. It's like a double indemnity of fake shit, but I loved it. Andrea said, Nikki said, feed me, Seymour. By the way, and I'm kicking myself that we didn't talk about this. Mark Henry does an amazing, or Audrey too. Andrea said, Alexis was the first Arquette I was familiar with. She was a delight and is very missed. I love, this is our replacement in memoriam for the Oscars not mentioning Alexis. Major FOMO said, putting any liquor in that coffee? I looked and everything has a seal on it and I don't want to fuck with it. Nail said, that is such an RJ reaction to a scary knife-wielding masked murderer. When I was a child, I had a shelf next to my bed and I had baseballs and hockey pucks on it. They were like, collectors, Blue Jays, whatever. But my theory was, my psychology was, if anyone bursts in and, whatever, there's a home invasion, I'll just start throwing a bunch of pucks and balls and it'll be very distracted. Queen said, if I was Ghostface, I would just take the cookbook. Great deal, but that's just me. This cookbook is fucked up. It's got so much shit. Let's continue reading the back of it. As a result of his hunting adventures and fishing experiences, this unusual collection of wild game recipes satisfies a much neglected field of cooking. Yeah, because nobody's eating fucking raccoons anymore. With Jamie Pearson's book in hand, no woman need quail if the Nimrod she married brings home a moose, an octopus, or for that matter, a quail. That is an actual sentence on the back of this book. Honey, I found an octopus. Let's have lunch. His culinary... I love that. This guy wrote a book saying, these women don't know how to cook octopus. His culinary compositions call for no rare or costly ingredients, save perhaps the game itself. Once you get the octopus, the rest is a breeze. Step 1, kill a raccoon. Obtain a caribou, some seal flippers, or a whale steak, and the rest is easy. If you have the ability and the resource to kill a whale, I don't think you're like, shit, now what do I do with it? Although all of Jamie Pearson's recipes deal with wildlife, the enthusiasm of his career is meatless meat. Research has convinced him that a compound developed by the late Dr. Barnett Shore at the University of Arkansas could solve many of the world's food problems. With this milk meat, he has fed 14 persons a full meat course for less than $1. Why would you put this on a book about meat? His proposals for the preparation of porcupine, perch, and pigeon, which are the product of both his profession and his pastimes, hunting and fishing. Fishing for pigeon. A conservationist at heart, other than the list of animals on the cover that he's murdered, Jamie Pearson believes the true sportsman should eat what he kills and enjoy it. Leave a dove? Don't kill a fucking dove, you maniac. And it's even worse to say, well, we killed it. Guess we got to eat it. Leave it alone. Shit. SAS said, RJ is my spirit animal. And if your spirit animal is a dove, I would look out for that guy. Jesus. Sean said, wait, we have been seriously burying the lead with this book. No shit. Oh my God. Kevin said, did you kick ass or get your ass kicked? I have no idea what you're talking about, but whatever. We're here now. Aw, Aaron with a lovely tribute. So don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Rob said, it's so annoying how 60 seconds and 1 minute feels the same. No, sometimes they go on longer, Rob. People are getting more than their money's worth. I'm going to have to pull back. Jonathan said, how quickly would you leap on the opportunity to do a guest spot on Whose Lines It Anyway or any other improv show? The real work with them is that most of those are filmed multiple times in a row, and then they'll cut together the best jokes from each, which I understand. Not necessarily true improv. I would have liked to go on the old British version of the show, the original one. That's the one I watched when I was a kid, and I was like, I am in love with these people. It was hosted by Clive Anderson, and I still remember people: Tony Slattery, Josie Lawrence, and of course Ryan and Colin were on it. That's where they were kind of from. And I mean, they're not from. You understand what I'm saying? And the other guy who played FDR on Seinfeld was on it. And I thought they were better. And it was so smart. Now I probably watch it back and go, this is not very good. Amanda said, we watched the new screen the other day and I was pleasantly surprised, enjoyed it so much. David, you were so good and I was so proud. It's the little kid who could. Started here in this stream and now look at him. Kevin said, have you ever met David's sisters? Have you ever hit on them? Kevin, I've not met either sister. I've exchanged messages with them. One an angry tweet. I think Patricia thought my feud with David was real and she jumped in and we got back and forth. Rosanna was much nicer and she couldn't. We did a live stream of You Cannot Kill David Arquette and she couldn't figure it out and I was trying to help and I don't know if it worked. Ben said, did you ever think, what do they think of me is the real question. Ben said, do you ever think you'll get so big that the stream blows up and the comments just flood at 1,000 per minute? Ben, I'm fucking waiting. Let me know when that happens. Rachel said, no Academy Award for Vincent Price, but interesting, he was nominated for 3 Grammy Awards for a thriller, maybe, and a cookbook. I'm interested in killing a dove. Queen said, I don't think Vincent Price has an honorary Oscar, but he does have a Raven Award. I will put this on my mantle. He's a guy who's so fucking full of mantles. Leo said, have you ever signed a boob? Yes, multiple. And it's difficult and not as cool as it sounds. It's a lot of pressure. Brandon said, honorary Academy Award to Bronson Pinchot because he's perfect in everything. Then you haven't seen him in the reboot of Laurel and Hardy. Rachel said, we were once discussing whether or not Vincent Price was secretly gay. Never thought even though he had a wife and wrote a song called Vincent Price was probably nice. His daughter and addressed it. And my understanding is, back in that time, it's a complicated situation. I don't think there were avenues for someone to express themselves in that fashion. Jonathan said, when will you and Mr. Arquette be riff tracking Ready to Rumble? And how much money would you both like from all of us for it? I would like to riff track on that. I would like to riff track on You Cannot Kill David Arquette. Me and Dalton did commentary over the full match David and I had, and it was a blast, and I do want to do that. We should look into doing something like that. I think David did do it at a convention with, like, Tony Schiavone and Shane Helms. I think they had a good time. I don't know how many times he wants to watch it. Ben said, what was your favorite Mania anthem ever? Ray Charles, Robert Goulet, Reba, DX Band? The one I saw live, the Harlem Boys Choir, was great. I've only been to 2, I think. That one, and then WrestleMania 18, since it was in Canada and Robert Goulet was dead, they didn't have one. Poe said, just eat circus peanuts. Kevin said, I should have Fire Pussy on. I'll think about it. Allie has a question and a wonderful Teal tribute. I'm curious if Mark Henry has a specific hall of pain in his house. Is his fridge full of sexual chocolate? I think he is a really good example of, like, this is my work, this is my home. I'm sure he's like a wonderful father. His son is fantastic, who I met. I'm sure most of his family is great. I mean, I don't think any of them are bad. I'm just saying in the average of families, there's got to be one family member who's a little weird. And he's great. And I think he put all his energy into the Hall of Pain at work. And then when you go home, you just leave it. No pain in the home. All the pain is out there. Nikki said, come visit Rhode Island at some point, the land of fluffernutter and coffee milk. Get me booked and I will be there. Leo said, being a wrestling journalist is like being a journalist for those weird industry magazines that lie around corporate offices, like a soap industry magazine or something. Leo, I'm going to recommend a documentary, Bathtubs Over Broadway. I think you will enjoy it. Nail said, is Spot Center here? Rachel said, dude, that's a Cannibal's Cookbook. Fucking absolutely. Pigeon, next step, human being. Leo said, DX Band did the best national anthem. God knows how they thought it was a good idea. Before that, Fishbone was supposed to play at WrestleMania 11 or 12 or something. They got canceled at the last minute. David is friends with the lead singer. David, please ask why. Jonathan said, don't visit Rhode Island. Nikki and I will kidnap you and take you vintage shopping. I have a copy of the Marx Brothers scrapbook for you, by the way. I am on my way. That sounds fantastic. Starry Cat said, RJ, if you wrote a book, would David Arquette write the foreword? Yes, and then I would throw it away and write my own and just put his name on it. Andrea said the copy of The Joy of Cooking my family had included how to correctly butcher a squirrel. How did we turn the corner on not killing and eating squirrels? So I'd like to know. Leo said the chef sounds a bit nutty, and Leo is very fucking proud of himself. Nikki said my mom used to work at a restaurant that did game night a few times a year. Kind of want to see this cookbook now. Oh, that's the other game night. No trivia here. Showing up with a pen or something. And no, ma'am. We're having pigeon. SM said, I think RJ is in danger if he is in the vicinity of whoever purchased that book. Welcome to my home. I see you've read my literature. You knew my name, said, hey, RJ, how do I stop having a crush on you? Was that the question? Oh, I've lost it now. I'm so far. How do I? Not on me, just on someone. Meet them and talk to them at length. It usually does the trick. Crushes seem to only exist at a distance. Leo said, I like the idea that he tries to catch the dove at a wedding. Oh, congratulations to the two of you. Wait a minute. Rachel said, I'm allergic to fish and shellfish, and I found 100% fish-free vegan tuna yesterday and debated it for like 10 minutes. If I decided it actually tasted like tuna, I'd be kind of nervous. I don't think it's necessary. I think that's a livable allergy. You know, I don't think I think it'll help your life in the long run. Kingdom said, kill a dove. Have you ever seen the time Major League Baseball player Randy Johnson, are you talking about the big unit? Killed the dove that flew in the path of his fastball. Yes, I did. I remember being stunned by it. That's like a once in a lifetime, like when Fabio, remember when he was on the roller coaster and he got hit by a dove or a pigeon or a seagull, and it broke and then the roller coaster ended and he pulled in, his hair was everywhere and his blood all over his face. And then he was like trying to raise awareness of like how dangerous roller coasters are, and like that's never happened to anyone else ever. Leo said fake banana flavor so much better than real banana. So true. SM said that's why I paid $10. I felt like it was appropriate. Neil said I hate doves at weddings. There's too many videos online of them dropping to the floor. Yeah, don't have any animal acts at your wedding ever. Nils said, Kingdom, I literally just saw that video yesterday. Oh my God. That's very weird. UWU said, or UWU said, are you wrestling somewhere? Sure. Nasty Leroy said, hey, RJ, say, hey, Nasty Leroy, you are fantastic. Everyone go follow Leroy. Leo said, Clive Anderson is great. Sean said, Nasty Leroy, glad to see you here. Oh my God. Peter said, I love the late John Sessions. On Whose Line Is It Anyway? And that's a fucking great British name. Lauren, oh my God, Lauren is actually here. And if you want some obscure Twilight Zone art, like I have purchased from Lauren, go click on her stuff and buy her stuff. Really thrilled about the Cloverfield talk this episode. Thank you. Every once in a while, I'll check. I'll be like, there's like a fan site that'll update you. Is there any new updates? Anything at all? Leo said, RJ, if you do another video mocking Gary V, Hassan Piker will probably play it on his stream. No, I saw that because I kind of know the guy who did the impression. I know of him. It's friendly, comedy, whatever. And his impression is less critical. I don't think my angle on it comes from a playable place. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's more on he's caricaturized his mannerisms. SM said, I genuinely love Ready to Rumble. Where were you 20 years ago? Rachel said, okay, Vincent Price was kind of boring. I have to scan in some pages from the Vincent Price cookbook that I bought on eBay years ago. I was so excited to get it, and it's bland. Well, maybe he's like a Tucci, where you're just like, ooh, I'm making lasagna. It's like, yeah, you and everybody else. Like, fucking relax. He was a legitimate art collector, though. Sean said, if you did watch-alongs, riff tracks, Mystery Science Theater, I did do, my members and I, we did a live stream once, and we watched the original Frankenstein. It's like an 8-minute short film, a silent film. And I want to watch more silent films like that. So maybe I will. Thank you, Sean. Kevin said, you should have Justin Trudeau on. This is no place for politics, Kevin. Take your business elsewhere. Neil said, Kingdom, it was a glorious way to go, I suppose. That bird will be fucking legendary. You hear that fucking, all the pigeons? You hear how he died. SAS said, I love a watch along with commentary. Sean said, that's a shame. Fishbone rules. Leroy, I've missed you. I miss you as a person. Said, how's your morning going? It's going, as you can see. Nikki said, for years I've been wanting to meet Paul Sorvino and ask him to sign a jar of fluff. Not sure if he'd get a laugh. David has met him. Can you shed light on that situation? Leo said, there's a cookbook called Cooking with Pooh. I would much rather dabble in shit eating than have to kill a raccoon. It's easier to shit than to, Andrew said Fabio killed a goose. I don't know. It was a goose? Guard said, reminds me of the time de Blasio dropped a groundhog on Groundhog Day and it died. But that's very, I feel like if you attempt to be the mayor of New York, once you switch, even if everyone loves you, the second you become mayor, it's like everything will just fuck up. You can do no right. Neil said, I learned yesterday from a Big Swole tweet that McDonald's fries have a milk wash on them, but not in Canada. I don't eat them anyway, so I don't really care. Jonathan said, don't make me pitch to RJ to host an online trivia game, Nikki. I've pitched that so many times. Rachel said, actually, I need an EpiPen for the fish and shellfish allergy. I have to be really careful, especially with Asian food, because they put oyster sauce in things. It actually can kill me. Way to bring down the fucking room, Rachel. We were riding high today. The numbers were great. Then your EpiPen bombed. Your oyster sauce bombed us. Now everyone is concerned for your health and general well-being. And this whole stream is ruined. I hope you're happy with yourself. Neil said Robinson stitches because he didn't know about Fabio. When it happened, I was a kid and everyone was like, this is the craziest fucking amazing thing. Leo with some sage advice. Don't marry your pets. It's just weird. Rachel said, I just told OJ how he can kill me. That was probably not a good idea. Well, I'm not going to use it now. Leo said her name was Pooh, by the way. David said Fabio got hit by a goose. Yeah, no, he did get, it was an actual goose. Nail said he's looking at Fabio covered in blood, laughing his head off. It's a great one. Nail said, I bet the goose did it on purpose. Kingdom said it's a twice in a lifetime thing, RJ. Former Blue Jay Dave Henderson once killed a bird here in Toronto when he was still a New York Yankee. Yeah, but that's because he made an error and he saw it on the field and he just grabbed it and wringed its neck. That's what happened. Damn Dave Henderson. David said, so true, SAS. No, a goose got hit by Fabio. Yeah, that goose got fucked up. Did anyone catch that goose afterwards? David said the other geese were like, he was killed by Fabio. He was murdered by him. Nail said, speaking of members, have you filmed Ask RJ? No. Thank you, Nails, for reminding me. You have until the end of the day. My key to the city members to get your questions in on the Ask RJ post. I will be filming it early tomorrow morning. And then I have much business to attend to. Maureen said, do you watch Svengoolie? Not consistently. I have seen him. I'm a big fan of his work. I admire him. He follows Kayla Braxton and he tweets her, and it bothers me that he's tweeting her. Well, I'm the one doing the work. She's just holding the mic saying, what are your thoughts? I'm the one dying out here. So maybe I can win him over with my Hey W work. Somebody send it to him. I propose, said SN, that Nails and I do a female remake of Ready to Rumble, but with AEW. Good luck. If it's as successful as the last one, you're going to be out of business. SAS said, I'm wondering if the Geeses are planning an attack on Fabio a la dish served cold. David said Paul Savino was going to beat Michael Stipe up at a bar in New York sometime for saying something bad about Mira. So maybe he won't sign your jar of fluff. Val is here. Oh, hello, Val. Kevin said politics. Wasn't Trudeau a cage fighter? Now you're talking more politics. Good day, sir. Politics and EpiPens. I will not tolerate anything on my stream. Rachel said, this is the second week in a row you've lectured me. I apologize, RJ. Neil said, I love these huge stories that David drops on us. Queen said, I thought the goose popped on Fabio. Well, he busted it with his nose. Christine said, Dave Winfield killed the bird. Donald Gold is here. Donald is now a member of Citizens United. And thank you, Donald. Fine name. Donnie Gold. You could sell anything with that name. That's amazing. If you knew my name, said, is Hey W going to be part of the AEW game story mode? If not, we should all fight for this. I mean, the game's still in development, so if you tweet AEW Games or AEW in general, I'm sure they will answer your question and take it legitimately. Everyone's welcoming Donald Gold. Welcome to the group, Donald. You're amongst odd people. Queen said that was supposed to be poop. Well, you've ruined it now. You've really ruined it, Queen. And you should take this Sunday off and wake Kayla up and just think about what you've done. Sean has also joined Key to the City. Thank you. You're welcome back. Just to get a question in. Kingdom said Dave Winfield, not Dave Henderson. My apologies to Dave Henderson for saying that he wrung the neck of a pigeon. I really apologize. Christine with her last minute goldenrod tip. Thank you. Share it with the ghost. I will. This is the abandoned bar. That has been the program. Again, go watch the latest episode of Hey EW. I've pinned it here in a variety of places. Enjoy it. Mark Henry is wonderful. I guess tweet them if you want to see more. That's entirely up to you. They could yank it at any second. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all soon. Enjoy complaining about the Oscars. I certainly will. Let's get a final look at these. This is too heavy for some reason. It's going to fall down, so I can't fully turn around. Shit. Whatever. That's fine. You got the fucking... Oh, Lord. You got the gist. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless.